What's up, Queens? My name is Bria Janae, and this is my first ever YouTube video. I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming, and I'm going to start off with these nails. This is my first time using Polygel, and I just had to be extra. So if you like it and want to get into it, keep on watching. Alright, so let's get started. I'll be using the Beetles Polygel Kit, and I got this kit from Amazon. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out. And I say you should check it out because it's bomb and it has everything you need. So it comes with a UV light, okay? Comes with the UV light. It's cute, it's compact, it's auto sensing, and it has the 3 different time settings that really comes in handy. This here is the Polygel Nail Kit, and this is just a little guide that lays out all that this kit comes with. And if I didn't mention it already, this kit was $60. This here is the guide, and y'all, it is very extensive. It's 6 pages, front and back, so if you read this and watch this video, honey, there is no way that you can go wrong. Here are the duo forms. I don't know why I was expecting them to be so much harder than they actually were, but I did appreciate about this kit that it comes with both curved and flat duo forms. So I'm just going to show you the difference really quickly right here. This kit comes with 3 1-ounce tubes of clear, white, and light pink polygel. Here is the base coat that you'll need, and this kit also comes with a matte top coat and a regular top coat. Something else that I thought was really cool, because I've always had very thin and brittle nails, this kit also comes with a nail strengthener. This here is the slip solution, which, spoiler alert, I did not use this. I used 91% alcohol. Here is the brush, and on one side it has the spatula, and on the other side it has the cute little brush. So, other fun things that this kit comes with: gold and silver foils, some other cute glitter colors. It comes with these cute little butterfly confettis, which I was so excited about because of my butterfly tattoo, but I didn't use them. Here are the nail sculpting forms. It also comes with some iridescent rhinestones, striping tape, foil decals, some more rhinestones, and finally, a pair of tweezers and a nail file. Here, you guys, I am showing you my nails on my right hand. I went ahead and did my right hand off camera because I am the furthest thing from ambidextrous, and for me to do anything with my left hand, honey, it is a struggle, to say the least. Here is my setup, and for these nails in particular, I will be using the clear and pink polygel, the pink and iridescent glitter that it comes with. I'll be using these super cute dried flowers that I got from Amazon. I'll be leaving the link in the description, of course. Now that I have showed you all everything there is to show, we can finally get started with the nails. So I'm just showing you guys my nails. This is how they look before they're prepped, and I'm going to start by pushing back my cuticles. It's really nothing fancy, I promise, so I'm just going to go ahead and speed this part up. Now that my cuticles have been pushed back, I'm going to go in with this cuticle cleaning drill bit, I think it's called. I'm not a professional if I haven't said that already, but I'm just going to go through and remove the dead skin from around my cuticles just so that the nails don't lift. And I know I didn't mention it, but this drill I got from my local nail supply store. It was $40, but you can get similar ones. I've seen some at Sally's, Walgreens, all types of places. Here are my nails after removing the dead skin, and the last step that I'm going to do to prep is I'm going to buff away the shine and any oil from my nails, because if there's any oils there, then the base will not stick. And I was totally kidding. The real last step that I did was to rub my nails with some alcohol just to clean them off and get everything clear and ready to go. I'm getting started with my pinky, so first I'm just applying a thin layer of the base gel, and I'm going to cure this in the lamp for 60 seconds. So here is my pinky after curing, and right now I'm just trying to find the right size dual form. This one here fits perfectly, so I'm going to go up a size. You want to make sure that the form has enough space so that you can put the gel in it, put it on your finger, and not have all the product come out. So here I am just showing you how the correct size dual form is just a little bit wider than my actual nail bed. So I want my pinky to look like the index finger on my right hand, so I'm going to have to make that color. I'm going to take the back of these nail sculpting forms and I'm going to spatula out some of the clear polygel and pour a little bit of that pink glitter in with it. You really don't want to pour too much of the glitter because you don't want to mess up the formula of the gel, just enough to give it some color. So here is the pretty pink color that we got, and I'm going to go ahead and start scooping that into my dual form. What I've learned is I like to put the bulk of the bead in the middle of the form and drag it downward towards the cuticle, just because the cuticle is supposed to be a bit thinner. You don't want a bulky cuticle and getting it all caught up in your hair, on your bed sheets, your clothes, things like that. So then I turned the form over and I dragged it down towards the tip of the nail. I'm just smoothing it out, making sure that it is nice and even. And then I'm going to go ahead and straighten out the free edge. I think that's what the nail gurus call it. And another tip that I learned is you can turn the dual form over just to make sure that everything is filled in, that there are no holes. The best way to see that, in my opinion, is to flip it over and look at it that way. Now that the dual form has been created, we can go ahead and apply it to our nail. So I'm just going to place the form at my cuticle and let it fall on down towards the edge of my nail. Then I'm going to press it in lightly just so that I know it's stuck. Not enough so that the gel oozes out, just so that you know it's on there and you'll be able to feel it. Then I'm going to take my brush and a little bit of alcohol and I'm going to clean up around the edges just so that I don't get any unnecessary gel on my skin. So after that, I'm going to cure the top of my nail for 60 seconds and then I'm going to flip my hand over and cure the bottom for an additional 30. So this is the pinky nail after curing for a minute and a half, and I'm just going to go ahead and wiggle that dual form off. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it doesn't, but just take your time. And this is what I love about the Polygel. As you can see, this nail is pretty much done. All I'll need to do for this is a little bit of shaping and filing. So now we are on to the ring finger, and I want this ring finger to look like the middle finger on my other hand, so it's clear with the pink flowers and some glitter. Here are the flowers that I picked out, and I'm just going to take a little bit of polygel. You really just want a thin layer when you're doing something like this because you're going to have to do 2 layers to encapsulate or to lock the flowers all in. So I'm just putting on a thin layer, and I actually end up taking some off because I put too much. Like I said, the basis is to get it super thin, just enough so that you have something to stick the flowers on. Now that I have my layer of clear, I'm going to go ahead and start putting my flowers on. I really have no rhyme or reason. I'm just putting them on in whichever way it comes to mind. And then I'm going to be sure to flip the nail over to make sure I'm liking the way it's looking so far. You can pretty much change up anything you want about the nail before you cure it. So just keep on flipping it over and make sure it's looking how you want. And then I'm also going to take this glitter and add a little shine to the nail just to give it some dimension. After that, I'm going to cure the nail for 30 seconds. And this is another reason why you want to make sure that you get a form that's a little bit bigger than your nail. Because if you're doing something like this, when you cure it, it's going to tighten up the form and it's going to make it a little bit smaller. So just keep that in mind. After I cure that, I'm going to take another layer of the clear polygel, and this is me encapsulating it. So this layer can be a little bit thicker. to give you your strength and support. Once that nail is constructed, you can go ahead and lay it on that nail of yours. So just put it on at your cuticle and just let it fall on down towards the edge of your nail. And then I went ahead and cleaned up the sides of my nail with some alcohol and cured it for 60 seconds on top, 30 more seconds on the bottom. So here is my ring finger after curing, and I am just trying my damnedest to get this form off. Y'all, I had to switch angles, move things out of my way, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's harder or easier to get the nail form off. Just take your time. Don't rip your whole nail off, sis. It will come off. Be patient. On to my middle finger, I'm just going to put on my base coat and cure it for 60 seconds. And guys, spoiler alert again, I ended up taking this nail off. I was not feeling it. I was going for an ombre with the two flowers poking out, and it just was not doing it for me at all. So even though I'm leaving the footage up here, I'm not really going to explain it because I did it wrong. And that's okay because we are all learning over here. Instead of the ombre, what I ended up doing was just doing a completely clear nail with one rose or, whatever flower this is. One flower in the middle, and you'll see that in just a few seconds. All right, so on to my index finger, and you already know the drill. I'm applying my base coat, and I'm letting it cure for 60 seconds. So again, I'm going to show you how I like to do it. I put the gel in the middle of the form, and I drag the spatula on down to the cuticle, just because that's where the gel should be the thinnest. You don't want a bulky cuticle. And then I drag the gel downwards towards the edge of the nail. So taking the dual form, I'm going to put it as close to my cuticle as possible. You don't want to put it on your actual cuticle because once it grows out, it will lift. I'm going to push it firmly, making sure that it's on there, but also not pushing too hard that the gel comes out of the form. If any gel gets on your finger, you definitely will feel it when you go to cure it. So I'm just going to cure this for 60 seconds and then flip my hand over and cure for an additional 30. I did not record myself making my thumbnail because I did the exact same thing that I did for my middle finger, just with different flowers. Here is my right hand, and like I said, I did this off camera because doing it with my left hand was a complete struggle, and there were a couple things that I had to go back and fix, being as though this was my first time using Polygel. So my natural nails have a curve to them, and I had difficulty making sure that the form stayed all the way down at both my cuticle and the edge of my nail. So on my pinky finger and my ring finger, I had to go in, do some touch-ups, had air bubbles. I had put too much gel in. I didn't put enough gel in. And guys, I am here to say that it is going to take practice. The pinky nail on that right hand was the only nail that I had done for about 2 or 3 days because I was so irritated with it. I was about to throw the whole kit away. And here on my middle finger, I attempted to use the Sculpting Forms for the first time. And I was able to get the shape, or I was able to get a shape, not the shape. So I had to go in and fill in a better shape. And here it is. After I've done all of that, I went in and I changed my middle and my thumb. Like I said earlier, I wasn't feeling how the ombre was looking, so I just went ahead and did a clear nail. So since the nails are on and popping, we are almost at the finish line, and all we have to do is go in and do some shaping and filing. So I'm going to take my hand file and give myself the shape that I like. I like the coffin shape, tapered square, ballerina, whatever variation you call it. I just like my tips to be in a little bit. And make sure you're taking your file and you're going under your nail so that the side walls are even. If one side is hanging lower than the other, sis, we will see it. Here are my filing bits that I got from the local nail supply store. I have a rounded one and the regular, I guess, sharper one. I like both. The rounded one prevents you from nicking yourself, but when it comes to gel, I also really like the sharper one, and you just have to be super careful not to hit yourself because it makes it so much cleaner. If you get any on your cuticle or anything on your skin. It's just a good way to clean it up. I'm going to use both here. I don't know if I actually showed footage of me using both of them, but I did. Here are my nails after being shaped, buffed, filed, all that jazz, and now it's time to add the bling. So as far as blinging these nails out, I'm only going to do 4 of my nails total. I'm going to do the nails that have the big flowers on them and then the solid pink nails. I'm just going to follow the instructions that came in that 6-page front and back pamphlet. And I'm going to paint my nail with the base coat, place my rhinestone on my nail, and then cure it for 60 seconds. For my index finger, I actually did this process in 2 parts just because while I was starting to put the top part of the rhinestones on, the bottom ones were shifting, so I just went ahead and cured that first and then went ahead with the second set. And I will definitely say that this was a good method to lay these stones because I had such a hard time getting them off even when I was trying to take my nails off. They were not going anywhere. So here's how it looks after all the bling is added. So if we were almost at the finish line before, we are here. Okay, we have made it to the finish line, and all we have to do now is put on our shiny top coat, let that cute design pop, okay? Let all your hard work show. And this is my favorite part because it means we're done. And I am just going to cure that one last time for 60 seconds. So here is the final look, and y'all, I am so happy with the way this turned out. Despite the hiccups and frustrations that I had, I'm so super proud of this set. If you all like it as much as I do, please like this video, leave me a comment, let's talk, let's chat, share some tips, and subscribe for more videos because I'm coming with another one.